He thought the end would bring peace, but the reality is that he only found an emptiness that won't go away. What was supposed to be a new beginning for him turned into an endless cycle of loneliness. While you sleep, this person is awake, trapped in thoughts he can't escape. Every memory of the two of you haunts him wherever he goes, like a shadow that won't dissipate. He couldn't get that conversation out of his head. He said he needed freedom, but the truth is that it was just an excuse. What he really wanted was to hide from what you had, because it was too intense. He feels that he lost you, but he doesn't know how to deal with it. He tells himself that he is better off, but deep down he knows it's not true. He drowns in distractions, hanging out with friends, but nothing fills the space you left behind. And you know this because you've seen the signs. You've noticed that the messages stopped coming. You realized he distanced himself, but instead of finding freedom, what he found was solitude. You felt it when he decided the risk of opening up was greater than the hope of revealing what he really feels. And you're not imagining it. You are absolutely correct. He tries to let it all out, but finds himself incapable. Deep down, he wonders if you still think about him. If there is any day when he doesn't watch your life unfold without him, and it hurts. He feels stupid for letting something precious slip through his fingers, but he's convinced himself that it was the only option. Meanwhile, you move on. You try to distract yourself, but the truth is that the pain of his absence still echoes inside you. You know you still love him. You keep looking at your phone, waiting for a message that might never come. You miss him in the little things of the day-to-day, and it eats you up inside. The brutal truth is that he is afraid that you have found someone who doesn't hesitate to open up to you, someone who is not a coward like he was. He hides behind superficial conversations while the desire to return to you consumes him. In moments of vulnerability, he finds himself thinking about how everything would have been if he had had the courage. You knew him for real. You saw through the defenses that he worked so hard to erect. The connection you had was real, and it scares him. While he pretends to be fine, he feels like a clown in the circus, laughing to hide the deep pain. And you? You live with this uncertainty. With every laugh that comes out of your mouth, a piece of him fades away. He watches you, trying to move on, but he can't. The time passes, and he realizes that each day is a wasted chance. He has written messages many times, only to erase everything afterward. Every time he feels inspired to get in touch, insecurity paralyzes him. He tells himself that it will only make things worse, but the truth is that he no longer has control. The weight of guilt suffocates him. He knows he could have done better, but at the crucial moment, he lacked the courage. And you already knew that. This person is trapped in a maze that he built himself while you suffer in silence, wishing he had the bravery to find the way out. In the end, you are both stuck in the same story, afraid of exposing yourselves and losing. And it will continue like this unless someone decides to break the silence. He thought that distancing himself would bring peace, but the truth is that the emptiness only grew. He is lost in a sea of memories that won't fade, trapped in an endless cycle of recollections that torment him. While you sleep, this person lays with eyes wide open, staring at the ceiling, and the only thing that floats in his mind is you. And it is not just a phase, it is a weight that will not leave his shoulders. This person feels that he needs to free himself, but in reality he runs away from you and sinks even deeper into loneliness. He told himself that he needed space, but the truth is that this space has turned into he wants to break free from the chains of the past. However, he only sinks deeper into unending memories, and you know this because you've noticed the signs. You felt it when he started avoiding the places you shared, the songs you listened to together, the small gestures that seemed so natural. You realized when communication withered. It's not just a phase, you know that he is just running away. You're not imagining it. He's fighting against something that even he doesn't understand. The brutal truth is that this person is terrified. He doesn't handle what he feels well, and the result is this evasion. He acts as if he's comfortable, but deep down, he's in crisis. This person wants to hide his weakness, but his pain is palpable, and what he's hiding is how important you were and how incomplete he feels without you. It's hard for him to admit, but truth be told, you are the only one who made him feel anything. Meanwhile, you continue your life, but not without thinking about him. You stare at your phone, wonder if he still remembers you, and try not to think about everything that could have been. Your mind fights against reality while he is there, trying to act like everything is fine. But you know it is not. You notice how he distracts himself with the distractions of modern life, but deep down you know that there's nothing that can replace what you had. He pretends to be okay, but lives in a state of denial and loneliness. This person wants you to believe that he's moved on, but the truth is that he is still very much caught in this vicious cycle of doubts and regrets. And in this whirlwind of emotions, you've also realized that he's trying hard to be someone different. He tries to build a new identity, but deep down he knows that the person he really wants to be is the one who was with you. And you? Have you ever wondered what happens when the day comes and he wakes up and realizes that, even so, he is still thinking about you? The truth is that this fear is destroying him from the inside. All the pride and the need to appear strong only increase his weakness. He got so lost that now he wonders how to find his way back, and this uncertainty consumes him. Meanwhile, you are there, living your life, but deep down you remember the moments you shared. You wonder if he still misses you, if he remembers the taste of your voice, the warmth of your embrace. And the answer is yes, he remembers. He will always remember. So here it is, he is cornered between what he desires and what he fears. Time passes, but the truth is that he is only running away from himself. And you, as much as you are trying to move on, will never forget how much this person meant. And the void that he created will never be filled. And you already knew that. This person thought that the end would bring peace, but he got lost in an emptiness that he cannot fill. He was seeking freedom, but ended up imprisoned in his own solitude. While you sleep, this person is at 3 a.m., turning over memories that should have been left behind, not knowing how to deal with the absence he feels. He said he needed to move on, but that was a lie. What he really needs is a moment to stop and face what he did. Every laugh he gives in public is an echo of an internal pain. He pretends that everything is fine, but the truth is that he feels suffocated by his own choice. You know this because you felt it when his gaze diverted, when he couldn't find words to explain what he really wanted. You are not imagining it. The brutal truth is that inside this person is writhing in regret. He feels that he ruined something good, something that could have, has been amazing, and he's dealing with the guilt while trying to convince himself that he's better off without you. That's why he kept repeating it was the best thing to do, but only because he didn't know how to deal with the reality of what he was leaving behind. He hides a burning desire to go back and reverse the situation, but pride keeps him stuck. Meanwhile, you continue your life, but there are moments when the pain reappears, aren't there? And you feel strange because of it. You're wondering if you should forget him, or if he still thinks about you. While he moves around trying to fill the void you left, he's constantly remembering the moments you spent together, looking at pictures, missing you more than he would like to admit. This person finds himself in a vicious cycle. He tries to distract himself with new adventures, but the lack of what you had is a burden he carries. Each new encounter he tries is not enough. People never come close to what you had. You felt that, didn't you? That unique connection that couldn't be replicated, and he knows he was unfair to leave it behind. And meanwhile, you're here trying to move on with life, waving to new possibilities, but always with the thought that it could be different. The silence between you is deafening. You had moments of joy, but now melancholy predominates, and you already knew that. He thought he could find freedom by leaving everything behind, but what he really found was endless emptiness. Now he is stuck in a cycle of memories that haunt his nights. While you sleep, this person stares at the ceiling, reliving moments that should never have ended. He feels the absence as a weight, one that doesn't go away. He said he wanted space, but that's not true. He forgot that space is not the same thing. What freedom! What he really wanted was to escape the pain, but now he lives a waking nightmare thinking that. Solitude is synonymous with freedom. You know this because, at some point, you too felt that oppressive separation that he does not admit. You noticed when he averted his gaze, when he avoided touching on subjects that reminded him of you. This person may be surrounded by superficial joy, but deep down he feels a profound emptiness. While he says everything is fine, the truth is that he can no longer find himself. He went out, laughed, tried to act normally, but in reality, all of this seems empty to him. That laughter was a mask, and you saw that. This person feels a longing he cannot express. He hides behind forced smiles, but it's as if he's drowning in a sea of solitude. Inside, what he hides is an anguish that never ceases, a sadness that consumes him more each day. You know, that when he says he is enjoying life, it's a lie he tells himself. Meanwhile, you try to move on, you distract yourself, make new connections, but there is always that echo from the past whispering your name. The desire that he still thinks of you is constant, a flame that does not extinguish. Right now, while he pretends that everything is fine, you know that somehow he still feels something, and you are not imagining it. The brutal truth is that he wants you back, but he is scared, afraid of you having moved on, of you having found someone who does not hesitate, someone who does not leave you with unanswered questions. He wonders if you still remember him, while he cannot forget. Meanwhile, you wait for a message that never arrives. It is painful to realize that, while this person is lost in his own contradictions, you continue to live a reality that does not include him. He was unfair, and that weighs on him. He seems indifferent, but the truth is that he regrets it. You continue waiting for a sign, and he remains paralyzed, trapped in a cycle of regret and fear. It isn't fair, but it's real. This person is stuck in a cycle of incessant thoughts. He can't get rid of the memories that haunt him. Now, at night, when the world is silent, he stays there, immersed in a void that doesn't cease. He sought freedom but only found loneliness. While you sleep, this person rereads every conversation between you two, capturing every word, every laugh, and the pain of what no longer exists cuts like a... He tried to convince himself that the separation was for the best. He said he was going to seek happiness, but in truth, he has never felt so lost. He knows you realized this. The unanswered messages, the deafening silence that remained. Between you two, all of it was not in vain. You felt it when he started to pull away, when the brightness in his eyes dimmed. And you know this because you always had a keen instinct for what lies behind the facade. This person is suffocating under the weight of his own decisions. He feels a mix of regret and nostalgia. He pretends that he's okay, that he's living his life in grand style, but the nights are long and cold, and his loneliness is an insistent companion. He is with other people, going out, trying to distract himself, but deep down, nothing compares to you. He said he needed space, but what he really wanted was to escape the vulnerability that you brought into his life. You are not imagining this. You know he still thinks about you. He imagines you in his arms, laughing at the silly things that only you two understood. But behind every smile he displays, there is of sadness, an anguishing sense of something that was lost and that he doesn't know how to regain. The brutal truth is that he feels a palpable fear of facing what it really means to be with you. He's certain that it's not enough, that he'll never get rid of his insecurities. He hides a part of himself that even he doesn't understand, and this keeps him trapped in a cycle of self-sabotage. He feels that if he tries to reconnect, he will ruin everything again, and deep down he cannot bear the idea of losing you forever. Meanwhile, you're there dealing with your pain, waiting for him to give a sign. You keep looking at your phone, wondering if you should be the one to make the first move. But deep down, you know he needs to decide. What you feel for him is real, genuine, but life doesn't stop to wait for him to recover. You wish that he had the courage, that he could open up to what he truly feels. And time is passing inexorably, and you already knew that.